Sorry for joining the action late. Francis Mensah here from the Empress Royal National Table Tennis Championship at Ofori, New job in Alpinton Hall. We are witnessing an exciting match between Prince Asare from Rising Star Sports Foundation with the blue top, coached by Coach Ni Otu, taking on Richard Ofori with a black top, coached by Lord Fifi Kenfo. This program is organized by the New Jabo Table Tennis Club, sponsored by Ohina Nastella Srebo Yado Madimakakari. So that's the lead ball. Richard will serve again. That is a good forehand toss spin coming from Richard. Richard, good in rallies. That was a gracious toss spin coming from Prince Asare, the Rising Star boy. He will serve. That was a very tricky service coming from Prince. He takes that point. Serve again. Richard, try as much as he can to lock Prince from having good attacking the ball wall. That was a clever thinking. So Prince will serve. Richard have the ball. He begins his first serve. There's a problem somewhere. Richard begins service. Good pushes coming from Prince. Move the score up. Another good drive. Prince will serve. Okay, good push coming from Richard Asare. Rush the ball. Push. Drive the ball to the net. The point against him. He will serve his second. Good service coming from Prince Asare. Take another point again. That was a good backhand drive coming from Prince Asare. So confident enough to begin attack with good placement. That was a good forehand toss spin coming from Richard Ofori. Oh my word. Nice rallies from both parties. Praise the gentle player. Passing the ball so well. Takes that point and he will serve. Another good forehand toss spin coming from Richard Ofori. I've seen Richard using his forehand so well today, but he's very good also with the backhand. That was a good toss spin coming from Prince Asare. An unexpected toss spin coming from him. He takes that point. That was a good toss spin as well coming from Richard. These players are playing above themselves, giving us an exciting game to watch. Wow, what a beautiful backhand drive coming from Prince Asare. Prince Asare takes the opening game 11-8. What a solid performance from Asare. Utilizing smart placement and precision to trouble Ofori. But Asare's strategy of playing more balls and avoiding reckless matches paid off. His backhand drive particularly effective. Ofori, I must say, Ofori has done so well. Put up a great fight with his own impressive backhand and forehand drives. But today I must say I saw Ofori using more of his forehand. Even though he's known for using his back one. His backhand is so good for Richard. And I must say that Richard also showcased an excellent reflexes in terms of movement. The stage is set for game 2. And Ofori turned this around and fought the game to decider. That is a nice game, nice exchanges. Second game already started. What a good comeback from Richard Ofori. Good defensive work from Richard Ofori. Richard will serve again. That is 2-1. Prince takes the point. Can he win this game once and for all? Ofori. Prince moved the score up to 3-1. The main score is 1-0 in favor of Prince. What an excellent backhand drive with a follow-up of one toe spin coming from Richard Ofori. He takes that point. Good service coming from Prince. He takes that point. Richard will serve 2-4. That was a bad reception coming from Prince. He fails to read the spins coming from Richard. It was an advantage ball to Richard. I don't know why Prince has changed his game plan, making it a little difficult for him to attack. He takes that point, move the score up. He says 5-4. Another good service coming from Prince. He moves the score up again. Very will serve 4-6. Wow, that was a beautiful service coming from Richard Ofori. Good forehand toss spin coming from Prince Asare. Move the score up to 7-5. Yes. That is the problem that he's having. I don't know why he has decided to serve all his service. Long ball services. Another error coming from Prince. You don't do that in a game like this. You want the just best of 3 encounter. Ofori utilizing every mistake made by Prince. Another nice exchanges. Richard playing above himself, very composed, reading every step that Prince will make. Serve 8-7. Another good toss spin coming from Richard Ofori. He served long ball. Unfortunately, Prince couldn't attack that ball, push the ball, and he came out with a very high toss spin ball, making it difficult for Prince to block the ball. Another long service coming from Prince. I just don't know why. He keeps serving long balls, making it easy for Richard to attack with his forehand. I mean, some of these things, it's not just about the coach. The player must also play above himself and read. That is another mistake coming from Prince Asare. So Richard will serve. So that was a good forehand toss spin coming from Prince. Richard will serve again. Long ball service executed by Richard Ofori, but unfortunately Prince could not toss spin the ball, push the ball to Ofori. Ofori toss spin the ball, making it difficult for Prince to block that ball. At the end of the second game, Richard Ofori levels the match, winning the second game 11-9. Ofori's clever use of service placement and tactical play disrupted Asare's rhythm, allowing him to gain the upper hand. Asare struggled to find his groove in the mid-game, but mounted a spirited comeback, closing the gap. However, crucial errors, including 2 service faults and misjudging Ofori's long serves, ultimately cost him the game. Richard returns to the table. Prince already waiting for Richard Ofori. These two young guys can be the future national senior players for Ghana Black Loopers. We only pray for strength and consistent training. Good exchanges, good reflexes coming from Richard Ofori. Richard now with much confidence. Prince Asare, I must say a little bit confused after losing the second game. Ofori moved the score up to 0-2-0. So Prince will serve 0-2. That's a good service coming from Prince Asare. Ofori drive that ball nicely, but blew it out of the table with a point against him. Oh my word, nice exchanges. Luck coming on the side of Ofori, he takes that point and moves the score up to 3-1. Another push coming from Richard. Richard watching Prince so closely, preventing him from having that space to attack ball comfortably, making sure that every step that Prince makes, he will lock him up and rather begins the attack, and it's working so well for Richard Ofori. He served the ball straight to the net, and it's a point for Prince Asare. He will serve 2-4. What a game. Good reflexes. Richard Ofori playing above himself. I personally don't know why Prince, from the second game after the game, keeps serving long balls to Richard Ofori, knowing very well that he is an attacker and wouldn't just let this ball go. So he served 5-2 Richard. Another good forehand attack coming from Richard Ofori. He loves to play more balls. Bring the ball on and let's play. You can see the energy coming from the young boy, the young warrior from Blue Rose Table Tennis Club, coached by Lord Fifi Kinfo, one of the legends in Ghana when it comes to table tennis. Having so many talents in Ghana here. So it's a timeout called by Coach Ni Otu for Prince Asare with Ofori leading 6-2 in the decider. This is a crucial moment for Asare to regroup. Coach Ni Otu must advise Prince to vary his service, focus on short service to disorganize the Ofori rhythm and create opportunity for counter-attacks. Asare must capitalize on Ofori's mistakes and finish this match and take the game to a decider. All that he needs to do is maintain his aggressive playing style. That is what Richard Ofori should do. Let's see what happens. They are back to the table. That's the good service coming from Richard Ofori, preventing Prince from having easy access to the ball. Prince take that point, and he will serve 3-7. That was an unforced error coming from Prince Asare. He tried to drive the ball with his backhand, but unfortunately, drive it to the net. It's a point against him. He served 3-8. Asare is too much in a hurry to serve. Another good speech coming from Richard. What have I realized is that Richard pushed the ball, but not too hard. So the ball just move on the edge of the table. If you don't play deliberately or play with extra carefulness, you may miss the ball or rise the ball and either goes to the table, straight to the net, or you lose the chance of even contacting that ball. Richard, the serve. Okay, that was a good push coming from Prince. And Richard is leading comfortably. Himself 10-3. That was good reflex coming from Prince Asare. Attack so well. This is what he was doing in the first game, but unfortunately, he decided to be pushing some of the balls, making it easy for Richard to begin attack. And at the 11th hour, when you play side balls, are you capable of coming into the game with 4-10? Let's see what happens if you can come back to the game. Oh, that is the end of the game. Richard Ofori stands Prince Asare winning the decider 11-4. Asare took the first game 11-8, showcasing his precision and smart placement. Ofori fought back, winning the second game 11-9 with clever service placement and tactical play. The third game saw Ofori dominance as he capitalized on Asare's errors and aggressive play, secured him the win. I must say, Lord Fifikifo must be very, very happy as he sees his player progress to the next stage of the Empress Royal National Table Tennis Championship, organized by New Job in Table